Morning friends, it's Nancy. Welcome back to my channel, Wishes and Weeds. Today we are continuing the work to complete this journal. My theme for November is needlework and notions. So I have glued the hidden hollow back spine into the hinges here. So I'm letting that set up before I finish that piece off. Yesterday, I think you saw me working on this piece. So I have this like felty kind of stuff. I covered it in linen, stitched it to this pineapple, and I just I want to do another little bit. So I cut another heart that's slightly smaller, and I have some lavender here, and I thought let's make a little sachet. And then I will cover it with the second bit of the fuzzy stuff. I want to make this relatively flat. I mean, I want it textural, so it resembles a I want to say pillowcase for some reason. A pin cushion. Do a little bit more at the top. Lavender is one of my favorite scents. Our patio in the backyard is completely surrounded by lavender, and I just love walking by there. You know, if your leg brushes the flowers, the scent of lavender comes up, and I just really enjoy sitting out there and watching the bees. I know some people are nervous about bees, but those bees out there they're not interested in anything except lavender. I got my fabric glue here. So this I just cut like a 1/4 inch smaller. So I hope everybody's doing well. We're only May, midway through the month, and I'm feeling like this journal is almost done. I thought today's video might be largely just sort of trying to finish things off and final touches, I guess. Get over there, you. So as I record this, it is November 11th. We call it Remembrance Day in Canada. I think other countries call it different things. Oh, let's have a big sniff. And then I have this paper. I'm going to glue this down just to cover up the various colors of the background, so that when I glue this down to paper, it will look or it won't show, multi-layers won't show. So hopefully that's going to work. So this being a, well, I guess government employee, government adjacent employee. It's a statutory holiday for my office. In fact, our executive director sent around an email yesterday reminding us that the office was closed today, which is hysterical. Like I need reminding. All right. I want to make a bow for the top. Okay, I have the perfect shade of seam binding. I'm going to be doing a double bow. Get up there, you. A big floppy bow. This one's a little crooked. Okay. And to prevent fraying of the ribbon, they say lavender is good for your for breast. I have lavender everything. It's very good for stress, they say. I'd like it if both of the little leggies here are at the top. I'm going to glue that in place and stitch it. So Jordan is also off today. I just texted him. It's not even 7 o'clock in the morning yet, but I texted him and I said, if there's any shenanigans, let me know. I would be up for any shenanigans. Have my eye on a new desk chair for this room. Okay, I'm gonna, oh, you get down there, you. I'm just gonna hold that and find a clip. Okay, set that aside to dry. Okay, I am I'm gonna go clean a room and then I'll come back and we'll do some more playing. I'm back. So I just used a little bit of purple thread to stitch this down. I'm not sure that I tied a knot. I had left the thread hanging there because I thought, oh, maybe I'll stitch on a little charm or a button or something. I couldn't find anything that I wanted to use. And I thought I'd put it right like that, and it can be a pocket. What do you think? Let's do it. Clearly, I need to add glue to my shopping list. So I've got the inside covers glued down. Let's go back to the front. So here's one of the 3 journal book plates that I sewed. Yeah, crazy. I'm gonna use white glue, and I'm just going to put it behind the stitches. Because I'm worried about the fabric glue showing through. Wish it does sometimes. So I was just going through the ephemera that I made to see how many pockets I had, and I'm going to try my best to get the pockets 1 per signature. Not a maximum of 1, but at least 1. And then little glue on this bad boy. Perfect. Tell me what you think. I had a couple of, oh, wait a second. Thought number 3. What if I add that? Yeah. Let's do that. I'm just doing the side and the bottom. I don't intend to stick anything in there, but at least the option is there. That looks cute. I do like that. Okay. Next signature. Don't you move. We talked about putting this on the front of the journal. I'm going to put this pocket there. That's the same thing. Is that the second signature? It's not. The first signature already has plenty of pockets. What about this here? Actually, what if I put it there? You'll see there was some cross stitches here, the blue cross stitches. They frustrated me, so I cut them out. And now they're gone. I have 2 quilt block pockets, so I'm putting one in the second signature, and I'll put one in the 4th signature, I think. I don't know. I'm worried that might be too flippy floppy. Okay, let's go with this one. There we go. This is the 4th signature. I think before I glue that down, I'm going to do some hand stitches along the side. We'll go with this one. So I have a pocket here. What else have I got pockety? Oh, I have this one. I think the final Signature actually has 3 pockets. Eh. Let's do it this way. I'm not going to go right to the edge because I want those little bits to hang over a little. That's not going to work. Well, I just acted a little too quickly there, didn't I? I'm wondering if I should put that little doodad there. Maybe not. Maybe not. Time for a little hand stitching. So I have the envelope pasted down there, but when I tried to put something inside, it pulled the guts out. So I'm carefully doing a little running stitch across the top. And hopefully that will keep it from what's the word? Becoming disemboweled? I'm not sure. So I'm not even sure what I'm going to put in here. I've got a couple of ideas. I have some like sewing themed ads and things like that from very old magazines. I think one is 1895. So maybe I'll just pop a couple bits and pieces into the pocket. My worry is now that I've used a piece of thread that's way too short for this purpose. But it is what it is. I will make it work. Have you ever made a sewing themed journal before? What is it about these needlework themed, sewing themed? Because it's not an unusual theme in any stretch of the imagination. You see them quite regularly, and of course, product. I'm tying a knot. I doubt that it's in frame. There's product made intentionally for the theme. Just going to bury this thread underneath. Okay. I did not leave this open. I should have, and I could have, but before I knew it, there was glue everywhere. All right. This, I thought maybe I could put that in there, but it's a little small, short. And if I go this way, it's a little tall. So, I don't know. A couple other things I want to finish up. We're just about done here. I pulled this out of my box of prepared ephemera, but the back needs to be covered. Well, I guess it doesn't need to be. So I've cut this piece of paper. I'm just going to ink up the side a bit. Ugh. I feel like I got a little dose of cabin fever today. Every 5 minutes my brain thinks, oh, you could do this or you could do that. Because it's so rare for me to have a day just to myself. I don't have to consider anybody but me. So but there's nowhere I need to go. And if I went out, I mean, I'd only spend money. So really, come on. Let's pop a hole in there. Do I want... Do I want an eyelet? Here's a very, very dark green one. Yeah, what the heck. Well, that was slick. Very slick indeed. Have some vintage seam binding. Well, would you look at that? Ta-da! Okay. Do a little glue trick. Not sure where that's going, so I'll just leave that there. I'm going to glue this to a piece of paper. This is just a scrap that ended up on my desk. want to make sure those edges are truly down. I've enjoyed this project. I'm not sad that it's finished. But you know what I'm excited about is going through the scraps and seeing if there's a creative way I can use what's left on my desk. That's always fun. And I still have a container of scraps left over from October, the Harvest of Memories stuff. So that might be fun too. There. I could probably do a week of videos just using scraps, desk scraps. I actually want to clear my desk off. I'm thinking about moving my craft room back upstairs. I had originally been upstairs and then moved down. Or was I down, then up, then down? My last move down was for the purpose of a bedroom for my granddaughter. Well, now that they are a 15-hour car ride away, that's not such a big looking for a pencil. That's not such a big priority now. So I'm thinking, oh, if I cleared off the desk, then I could see my way clear to moving again. Let's see what I got here. I'm just going to tie a piece of thread. String, really. Ta-da! And the last thing I want to do is I've got this long piece of it's marked casing, so that would have been part of, you know, the waistband where elastic would go or something. I don't know. And I want to put it on. Let's look at the edge here. I feel like I want to I'm putting that glass there so they have something hard to work on. So I will draw a little pencil line. This is 1.5 inches. So I'm going to draw 1 inch. Whoop. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to whack the camera. Support it with that. I'll just go back and forth, adding little bits of glue as I go, as needed. Oop. Well, at least it didn't end up in my lap, right? Now, as you can imagine, it's making me crazy that I'm not measuring anything, so I can't tell if anything's even. Well, I guess that's a lie. I did measure the 1-inch mark to make sure the paper stayed on there straight. And I mean, I did iron the tissue. So it's not completely out of character for me. But it's not easy. Just about done. It's getting easier the closer it gets to me. You know, I can actually see it. Considering popping some stitching holes through here. Oops, need glue. And hand stitching. Oh, I even do cross stitches. That would be extra. Why would you want to do something like that, Nancy? Imagine people are starting their Christmas journals now. I think I'm going to not do any Christmas journals this year. Where's my lid? Who took my lid? There it is. I need scissors now. Oh, I got an idea. Got an idea. Instead of stitching it, I have this trim. Let's do trim instead. Can we find the needle or the pin? Oh, that looks great with the green. Ah, yeah. Good deal. I love this stuff. It's so beautiful. This isn't old. I ordered it on Amazon. Wasn't cheap. Maybe like right on the edge. Whoop. Just putting a little glue there. Yeah, you're lovely. I think that's going to be it for now. Come back again tomorrow. We'll do a full flip through. There's a few extra bits that I want to tackle, including putting this cluster on the front of the journal and filling some pockets, and I think that's it. So come back tomorrow. We'll do the full flip through. I hope that you've enjoyed today's leaps and bounds. There, a lot happened, and yeah. Let me know that you liked this video by giving it a thumbs up, adding a comment below, sharing it with like-minded crafty friends. We'll talk to you.